You do. Let's just play scissors. Why is this not working anymore?
Amazon.
And that's exactly where I got it from.
I know. Am I on here?
Yeah.
Look at my bracelets too. Yes.
Alexa, play Scissor Radio.
The station sizzle on Amazon Music.
Okay, that's
Are you better?
I don't know. I'm trying to make it so it's more.
It's so, oh look, see, look.
What did you do?
I
Anyways,
thought I felt a little sleepy.
let's get right into what we were going to talk about. I mean, it happens. That's like Alexandra the other day, whenever she went on her walk and she was like,
We're not
Mom.
supposed to say names.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh dang. Delete that. My bad.
I don't think Nell Tech should be drinking mimosas, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay.
All right, let's go back into what we're saying.
Okay, so the topic today is
The Rock
The
and,
Rock and
Oprah.
Oprah.
Are we saying them names?
I'm sure. Yeah, we can say.
I'm super upset.
Who else can say something? You know what I
So,
mean?
it's been going around. Everyone's been talking about how these people who have a lot more money than I do had the audacity to come on this beautiful internet and say, hey.
And ask the poor for money.
And I'm going to be, so this is my biggest thing is I don't think that they had any kind of, they didn't say, hey, we're actually going to donate that. I know. They said we're going to donate, we're going to give 10 million. So if we give 10 million, then they ain't out no money. And guess what? They get to write all that out off on their taxes.
As charity.
I can't stand them like that.
Maybe we should go on live and say, hey, if you donate to this live 10 million, we'll give a 10% to Hawaii.
No, we're not going to profit off of someone's tragedy. Golly.
You're right. They're saying that's what they're doing.
That is what
they're
they're
rich,
doing.
we're poor. I don't know.
But, and then
think
what
we
makes
can-
me mad is they should, I don't know. I hate whenever people are also like, well, they're self-made. What does that got to do with the price of eggs? Because right now the price of eggs is high. And they self-made, go help them be self-made too.
Right. We're trying to, I'm sorry, the people you're asking for money, we're trying to be self-made right now.
Thank you. One dang live at a time. I gotta censor myself.
And then The Rock. That's what kills me. The Rock, out of all people.
That's his people.
I know.
That's like if my grandma, goes on and I'm over here like, I'm just so sad and I'm over here monetizing off of her. Like, good gosh.
And literally none of their property were affected by it.
I know, because they made it that way.
Yeah, like I don't understand why they thought it was okay to come online.
They're like, I am just so sad about my neighbors.
Do you think The Rock and Oprah are canceled?
No, I think honestly, I really don't care about cancel culture because, it is what it is. However, I do think that they should be ashamed.
Cancel culture can kill somebody's career.
I know. I think that they should.
Look at what's that guy, Mark Wahlberg or whatever his name is. He got canceled. And we haven't seen him on anything.
I was always told that no publicity is bad publicity. So really, no one was really, ever since Oprah stopped doing her beautiful show that she was giving blessings away.
Right, like you're asking us for money, but you're giving away
obsolete.
free cards.
And she got, listen, my bank account, if it was looking like Oprah's, I really don't know what I would do because I never had that happen to me.
I wish she'd adopt me.
I don't
At my big age.
I feel like if she did adopt you, you would definitely be working for $1 and selling some inappropriate things. So.
Oh, because I was a kid.
100% she's doing some naughty stuff. I can't say that for sure, but that would be like if someone comes out and they're like, I can't, oh, did you know that Oprah was doing, it's like the government saying that there's aliens. We've been knowing this.
Yeah, because she was on, what's his face's island?
Epstein.
Yeah, that's enough to get canceled.
They're homies. And that's just so weird because, let me tell you, that makes me so mad because isn't that what happened to her?
Yes, that's her whole story.
That's messy. You can't do stuff like that.
Because then, who's going to feel sorry for you?
Not me. Anywho, so That's how I feel right now. And The Rock, he kind of makes me mad because he's too damn big to be doing it. Like, if he's just too damn big.
Too big. He's like very popular right now, so I think that's weird. I mean, I guess that's why
He's very popular.
Like, are they friends outside of like?
Apparently, they're texting friends.
Oh.
She was like, we were texting back and forth during this horrible. You couldn't do anything else. You couldn't pick up a gallon of water and gone outside and tried to help somebody. Good gosh.
Something.
We're upset, so I was texting back and forth. You can't open up your villa and let these people come and sleep there? Honestly, she has enough money to cater enough food to get up on that villa.
I mean, to fix the goddamn forest or whatever.
Listen.
You could literally, they have so much money together that they could make this not an issue anymore.
It shouldn't be an issue. Like, she could easily just go on there and just be like, hey, I know y'all going through some things. Y'all come over here, stay at my house. I'm going to have catered in lobster and pineapples and all the things every damn day. We're eating good. And then what do? They come over, they're having, and then they have they are like on their own vacation on their own island because that's their stuff. Like, let me tell you, no one understands about people taking land more than Oklahomans. Right. Like, we feel you.
Noted. We're probably sitting on stolen land right now.
Listen, 100%. Killers of the Flower Moon's coming out soon.
What is?
The Killers of the Flower Moon, that movie I worked on.
With Leonardo?
Yes.
I have been seeing that preview. What is it about?
So it's about the Osage killings. Everyone wants to say it's like the start of the FBI, which it was, I guess, but I don't know. I just know it as like they was doing shady stuff to the Osage Nation.
Oh, when are they not?
Well, I know, they're always. But the Osage, they sit on all that oil. And now if you own a house over in Osage Nation, you don't get any mineral rights to it. It goes straight to the tribe.
Well, good.
I know. I'm not upset about it.
There's a win for the tragedy that has happened for thousands and thousands of years to natives.
So the Osage will get the, all this. It's a big win. Like, the movie in general will be good for the Osage. It was fun to work on. I enjoyed it.
Was it?
It was probably.
So give us some snippets, some spoilers.
So some spoilers is what didn't work. I just did the COVID testing for the movie.
You didn't get to see anything or any?
I mean, I got to go on set and stuff, but I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I mean, I got to swab some cool people, except.
Who did you get to swab?
What? You said name drop.
Come on, let's hear.
So I swabbed some people. I swabbed.
You didn't sign what is it?
An NDA? No, I did not.
Okay, so name drop.
That I know of, honestly. Who knows?
Oh, God. Never mind. Never mind.
But I did get to work with Leonardo DiCaprio. That was, I mean, that's a duh. Anyone that worked on that film probably definitely worked with him. He was very nice to all of us workers. Who else? Ooh, let me tell you. Okay, so I met Leonardo whenever we were in line.
Summer Walker.
Summer Walker was wild.
Which is so funny. The way she makes herself seem so sweet. I don't think so.
Let me eat a flip before I get crazy. Anyway.
No.
Because I was running all over New York City. I was chafing. I was tired. I was in scrubs. Scrubs don't breathe like that.
No, they don't.
And she had some audacity. Don't let me talk about that woman. Anyways, but Leonardo DiCaprio was very nice. He was.
He comes down here all the time. Why?
I think he just liked that. I don't know. I think he liked just the feel of small town.
Maybe because he comes here all the time, and I'm like, why is he here? I guess that's not the first movie he's done here, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I honestly don't know.
I think he's done another. But he used to always go to the Philbrook.
He was at the Philbrook almost every weekend.
Yes, I'm like, what is at the Philbrook? I mean, art and whatnot, but once you've seen it once, haven't you seen it?
But my favorite person I worked with was Sam Elliott. He was very nice.
Sam Elliott. Don't know who that is. Who is it?
Sam Elliott's that old man with the country, like the deep voice. Like, anyway, he had a real deep voice.
A movie? What's a
So I mean, he was on that 1883 or something like that. So we worked on that show. We worked on Ozark, and we worked on.
You worked on Ozark?
Yes.
Did you meet what's his face? Like the main guy?
So that happened in Atlanta, and my Atlanta people have met all of them. I wasn't.
I see. They have like a show on HBO. Him and do you remember Will and Grace?
Yes.
I used to love that show. So not Will, but Will's best friend. What was his name?
Gosh dang. Grace was a
He has a show with the guy from Ozark on HBO, and it's like a comedy thing. It's so good.
The other one we did was Yellowstone. We worked on Yellowstone.
Did you? You know, I've never watched it.
I ain't never either.
I heard it's good though.
My mom was so mad though, because I did know that on 1883, that's a spinoff of the Yellowstone show. Anyway, yeah, so Sam Elliott's character had died, and we went out to Oregon because that's where we were filming at the time, and that was really cool because I came out so excited. I said, "Mom, guess what? Sam Elliott's character dies." Well, she didn't watch the episode yet. No, I didn't even tell her that. I said, "Hey, I might have to go out of town because I have to go and for this the death of Sam Elliott's character." She was pissed, and I was like, "Mom,
tell me that."
I thought it was funny because I was like, "Woman, it's set in 1883. He ain't living to today." Like, now I'm gonna die.
At some point, man.
I said, "What you think he gonna be in 1923? He gonna just live that long?" The man was old as hell in the show.
She probably didn't. Did she finish it?
She did it.
She was like, "I'm not finishing it because you want."
She was funny. So yeah, that did happen. I worked on the BET Awards. We worked on Soul Train Awards. That was whenever Summer Walker. Jasmine Sullivan was cool. I liked her.
Really?
Yeah.
I like her music. Wait a minute.
What are you looking for?
My man-roll.
Oh, here. We should make a show about mother-in-laws, and that's it.
I didn't get to watch that video.
That was a good. When you watch it, you're like, ah. But let me tell you, I will say, my mother-in-law is pretty cool. I like her. She's pretty. She's wise. She's, you know, she's like a little old white lady. You know, she got a hole in her foot. But let me tell you, if I call this sweet little lady and I'm like, "Listen, this lady is being mean to me," she will want to fight them. She's like, "I don't like them. They got to be trash. They can't be good people."
Really?
I know. She's always on my team. If I call her and tell her your son is being mean to me, it makes her so mad. She's like, "What's he doing to you?" Like,
oh, that's good.
I know. She's always down to fight for me. And she's not really she's not a fighter. She just loves me. And only me.
And only you.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone should have like a cool mother-in-law. I'm sorry if y'all don't, but it does help.
Yeah, because essentially it looks like it's supposed to be your mom.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I was gonna say her name, but I'm not going to. But if y'all see her out there in the world,
dropped a couple of times.
I've already done too much, but she is, because yeah, she loves me. That's all that matters to me, and I be calling her every day. And oh man, so my in-laws, they're from a small town. I can't name drop there either, because if I name drop that, then I'll just tell all my business.
Right, because she's in a small town, so everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I know her."
Mm-hmm. Or even worse, like everyone would be like, "Oh, so that's where the mother-in-law lives." Anyways, so what happened was, so my father-in-law, he goes to the corner store and he talks and he drinks coffee and they gossip.
Do they?
Yeah,
men are the most gossiper, if anything. I swear, they gossip more than women. They know more of the tea than women.
I love it. So then whenever I call him, he's like, "Guess what's happening?" And I'm like, "Tell me." I will I listen to it like it's the most wonderful thing in the world. he says all the good stuff. In this small towns, they got some mess. Like, people are sleeping with other people.
And they know everybody's business because it's such a small town.
There's swingers going on. There's some other stuff. There's people cheating, and my father-in-law knows everything. And I'm like, these people are wild. I like it.
Swingers and stuff. Everybody knows everybody's business. That's why I don't know if I want to live in a small town. But I feel like I'm going to be that old lady that sits outside and like, I don't know these people. Let me go over and be nosy.
I'm definitely nosy. So I have cameras all over my house because of my husband. And I don't know what he's done to somebody, but we got cameras all over our house like Fort Knox. But anyways, so sometimes in the morning, you know, working from home, it's a nice thing. So I will just drink my tea because I have matcha tea every morning. And I'll watch my cameras, and sometimes I've seen the coroner vehicle outside. No one died. I went outside later and asked. And mine across the street neighbors are wild.
So you're spying on your
all the time.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So the police show up often.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
So what is it? Husband, wife, like who?
I don't know. So that's the other thing. Okay, so let's just get into it.
Okay.
So this woman, she got like 4 or 5 kids, maybe more. I don't know. There's always a lot of different kids over there. I've talked to her. She's a nice lady, and she got like 4 or 5 different men over there too, which is fine. Like, no big deal. You know, live your life. And then, like, the house isn't very big because when it went up for sale, of course, you know I'm nosy.
Okay, so how many bedrooms?
It's probably like about a 3-bedroom, like 2-bath, and it's an old house, like maybe built.
Okay, she's not over occupancy, so she could be about 6 people there.
Yeah, she's living, you know, whatever. Anyways, so then I've seen like people like they park in the, you know, because we live out in the country, and so people park in the yard and stuff. Like, I've seen people like fly up out of her driveway and stuff. Anyways, they also will be fighting and stuff.
I was going to say, should we be concerned about the kiddos or what?
I don't know.
You know.
The worst thing that ever happened. I know. The kids, like, they seem fine, but you know, it's a cultural thing too. So they're not, you know,
like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And so sometimes, you know,
why did you have to show the camera?
I don't know. I don't want to be like 𝕮𝖆𝖎𝖏, but you know, they just act a little bit. I mean, I don't know their culture like that, and I know that their culture is a little bit more free. Yeah. I don't know, liberating. I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say.
Let me tell you. They'll be having like 𝕮𝖆𝖎𝑑 grandpa over sometimes, and they'll be playing in the front yard. Which, you know, again, we'll go outside, and they'll be like the kids will be like cussing out their grandparents. And let me tell you, I was never allowed to do that, and so
they'll cuss out their. How old are these kids?
So the youngest is probably like, I would say like 5 or 6.
And they're cussing their grandparents out.
I definitely heard her be like F-bomb real loud. And
nothing happened.
Nothing, no. Like no one even blinks an eye. And the older kids, they'll be like cussing out their grandparents. Oh. They cuss out their mama. They'll be like, "Where the F you been?" And like crazy. And then like, I don't know. I think it's interesting too because they're like, you know, it'll be like, you know, it's been hot here. Okay. Yeah.
104.
Yeah. And they'll be like wearing like sweatpants and like sweatshirts and like walking the neighborhood, like black sweatpants, black sweatshirts. Their, you know, their hair look a little greasy, but again, it's hard for me to judge them because we just got different cultures. You know, my hair, I gotta put grease in my hair to make it look whatever. So I have to put moisture in my hair. And I was like, well, maybe they just didn't wash it today. I don't know. I don't know what makes their hair look greasy.
But the sweatpants and 104 degrees.
All the time. They cut, and so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if like that's just a cultural thing,
or and maybe so, like is that all they have? Do you see the mom leave for work?
So I'm pretty sure
I'm invested.
I think she's a mechanic.
The mom?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. So whenever she moved in, I'm pretty sure she told me that she was a mechanic because, you know, I'm trying to get to know my neighbors, just, you know, listen and talk to people.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that she's a mechanic. Anyways, then her kids will be, so, but it's just different. You know, they're just, one of her friends and one of her children, he's a boy, but he's doing a transition to be, not a boy. I don't like to, again, even then, I don't like to say, like, anything, because who am I to put a label on a kid? Like, you know, they're living their life. And, but I'm sorry, they're kind of a bully to my kid. They're about the same age.
Which one?
The older one. You told me not to use the same name.
I know, but I'm saying your son or your daughter?
My daughter.
Okay.
And so I don't know. Anyways, you know, I don't want to say I'll fight a kid, but I really don't like
the bullying. And have the nerve to bully.
Yes. But also, I can tell that they have like a wild life. Anyways, so in the mornings, I just, like I said,
most bullies do.
I turn on the TV, and you know my cameras are connected to my TV, so I can watch the cameras from my screen. And I just, some mornings I'll wake up and there'll be like I said, I saw a coroner there. No one died.
Why the hell was there?
I don't know that. I don't know why. But I was wondering, like, because we're not in city limits. We're in the we have county police. But one time I woke up and there was the coroner. There was like 4 sheriff's cars, like all in front of the house. And, but then everyone's been accounted for in the house.
That's interesting. That's...
Like, I've seen all
Do they know? Maybe it's the corner of the family that's coming while he's on
with all the sheriffs and stuff. And that's not the first time either that I've seen a bunch of sheriffs. I know! I'm telling you, the next time it happens...
Something's going on.
Something's always going on. But, you know, also, I think that...
That's weird.
And then living out there is wild, too. So let me tell you this story. This is completely off topic, but we're talking about sheriffs and living out in the country. So the last time I got pulled over, I was coming off a set, and and you know that the movie set was up in Pawhuska, and so I was driving back to my house. It was probably like 3 a.m. because we were working super late, and I had on my scrubs. I had my badge.
Do you want these tips?
No, we no longer want.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing too much. So anyway.
You can't really go that long. Look at these nails.
Oh.
I mean, they're longer than what they were.
I know.
Because but your nails are growing out.
We might have to fix this. We got to figure it out. I wanted to have long. Well, no, because the picture wasn't very long.
No, it's not. That's why I was like,
okay,
I
do
think
whatever.
Those tips are good.
Anyways.
We'll taper it in. Okay, finish.
So where was I in this story?
You got pulled over.
So I was driving back home. And you know, I'm kind of what I would consider like
a reckless driver?
No.
Oh.
I was, so first it was like super, super early, and like I said, it was like 3 a.m. I was driving and I was listening to The Hobbit on audiobook because sometimes I was just trying to chill, and I really like Daryl Tolkien. That's what I was listening to.
You out is The Hobbit.
I was listening to The Hobbit, and I was kind of on, you know, autopilot, just driving around. Anyways, what happened was, out of nowhere, I turn on my turn signal, get in the turning lane, turn into my neighborhood, and then I see this red and blue lights turn on. I'm like, okay, at 3 a.m, interesting, whatever.
While you're just listening to The Hobbit?
Well, I'm just listening to The Hobbit. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm listening to this book, this audiobook. But, you know, I'm always on alert whenever I ever get pulled over because I'm always, like, I don't want to be on anybody's T-shirt. That's always my first thought.
I don't think you would.
But I got pulled over, and this man, the police officer, he shines a light right in my eyes. I pull over to the side. I'm like 4 houses down from my house, okay? I could have made it all the way to my house. But, again, I'm like just trying to be compliant, whatever.
Yeah.
I go, and I like pull over, and he comes, he shines a light right in my face. I cannot see him. He can see me. I cannot see him. And he was like, I said,
they always, why do they do that?
I don't know. It's like 3 a.m. too. And I was like, can I ask you why I was pulled over? And then I was like, did I use my turn signal? Like I wasn't speeding, all these things. And he was like, this is just a routine stop. We're just looking for anyone using drugs, guns, or paraphernalia. Exact words. And I was like, well, I'm not using a gun. Like, who am I going to use a gun on?
Right. I'm in my car.
And I was like, I have The Hobbit is still playing in the background. And I was like, well, I don't. And he's like, well, I can see you just came from work. Because I had my badge, like my hospital badge, like in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And I was like, so, and then I talked to this lady. She's not from here. Her name is Leah. She is from Hawaii. Not Hawaii. I'm sorry. She's from LA. And she was my boss at the time. And she was like, I don't understand why they would pull you over, because the state you live in, owning a gun isn't illegal.
Right.
Like,
but they do have routine stops in rural areas because some areas have like high trafficking.
Understandable, but at 3 a.m.
Hey.
And I literally used and this wasn't like I was getting off a highway or something like that. I was turning into my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then he just pulled me over. And then let me tell you what made me the most mad about this whole situation.
What?
When he took the light off of me, I go to go look at him, and he was, and I was like, why would you scare me like that? Why would you do me like that?
Oh, yeah.
I was so mad because I was like, you were looking for that.
Why does it say restart?
Where?
And why does it have your text on there?
I don't know.
Did you do that, or is that on my live?
I think it's just on your live.
Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not good at this.
I'm not good at this either. Let me see.
So did he let you go? Did you get a ticket, or what?
No, it's after midnight. Yes. But even then, like, people still got to work.
Yeah.
And then
but who typically, like, most people don't typically get off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know. Nurses and doctors and, like, police, like, there are people that do work weird shifts.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think it for 3, though. Maybe like 6 or 5.
Well, you know, again, I don't live close to where I was.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't live in the city or anything like that. So, anyways, it was all wild. And I just don't understand why people got to scare people. And even if that is the kind of case, like, why would you shine? Like, he didn't shine the light in my face for, like, a minute. He shined it for, like, the whole time he was talking to me. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
That was so unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, any interaction I've ever had with a police officer has been unnecessary.
Let me tell you, there was a wonderful time that I did get pulled over, and this was in 𝕮𝖆𝖑𝖃. Shout out to the 𝕮𝖆𝑑 police. I'm pretty sure he was...
Shot out to the 𝕮𝖆𝑑?
Shout out.
Let's hear about it.
He was awesome. So he pulled me over. Mm-hmm. I was driving. I made a turn, and he pulled me over. And again, I was kind of concerned. I was like, okay. It was also very late because I was just getting off of my, like, we just got done with running all of the samples and stuff. And he pulled me over, and I was like, okay, you know, can you tell me why you're pulling me over? That's what I usually ask. And he was like, ma'am, I just want you to be careful. You're driving in a very rural area, and you don't have your headlights on. Because I was so damn tired, I did not
forgot to put them on.
And I forgot to put them on, and they're usually automatic.
Dangerous.
I know. And he said, ma'am, I just want you to be careful. There's a lot of deer out. There's a lot of, like, wildlife out, and I don't want you to hit anything.
Right.
And he was like, he told me, thank you for working on the movie. It's really helped the town. And he was like, you know, just drive really safe.
How did he know you worked on the movie?
I had my badge with me.
Oh, okay.
So my badge to get into the movie was...
kind of creepy.
Yeah, no, the badge to get into on set and stuff was still on and stuff. And I think he even said, he was like, hey, are you just now getting off of set? And I was like, yes. And he was like, you know, thank you so much. Even though I was like, listen, I'm Oklahoman too. I'm not from LA or anything. But it was really cool. He was very nice. And I liked him. That's a long story short there.
Yeah. You know who the police department that I hate the most?
Which one?
Claremore.
I can see that. I don't like Stillwater's police.
I went to the school. You know, the first ticket that I ever received is from Stillwater.
I'm telling you.
And I was literally driving a company bus with a whole bunch of kids, taking them to, you know, go see the college and, you know.
Stillwater's wild.
And they stopped me in a company car. I was like, what are you guys doing? But guess what? I bought that ticket and I didn't have to pay it.
Good.
I do that with all my tickets, though.
Does it usually work out?
Yeah, I've never had to pay for a ticket.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I will say I never
Knock on this.
I never fight a ticket. I mean, it depends because, like, I will say all the tickets I've gotten have been like valid, and I don't really get a lot of tickets. Like, I mean, I can't remember.
Like, you're like, I'm gonna take that L.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the L because I'm like, yeah, like the last time I should have gotten a ticket, I was going. I'm not gonna lie.
Reckless speeds.
I was. And then I got pulled over, and the guy was like, "Hey, this speed limit it changed really fast. I understand why you're still going this, but you need to slow down." And then he said, "Where are you coming from?" And I told him that I was coming from Sam's Club. That's my place, and I was getting food because I was going to make my husband a romantic dinner, and I was trying to be good. And he was cool about it. He was like, "I understand."
So you didn't get a ticket?
I didn't get a ticket. I can't remember. I think the last time I got a ticket was actually I got in a car accident.
It was your fault?
It was my fault. Yes.
When?
Which one?
Oh my gosh! You don't need a license. What? I didn't know you got into it. When was this?
Remember the Kia I used to drive?
Yeah, the one where we were sliding all over the universe and
Yes, in the snow. Yes, I wrecked it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't drive. I don't think.
But I wrecked it because of poor people problems. Yeah, because I needed
the poor people.
The poor people problems is these tires are expensive.
Oh, so
And
they were involved. So basically, you were trying to kill yourself. With
Yes.
Sorry.
And then what's even
walk
more,
us.
was it like I tell that to everybody whenever someone like you and this is just me, this is just my opinion, y'all don't have to agree, y'all could probably cancel me, I don't care.
What?
But whenever people like driving without insurance, like I understand that's bad, but poor people problems.
But it's a reason they're doing that most of the time.
Yeah, like they're not like they're trying to get to a job so that they can make some money so they can pay these bills.
Yeah, which I don't want to be that girl, but I completely understand it if it's like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
But when you've got a tag on there and it's been like decades, come on.
Yeah, like I definitely think that there's like a time, but at the same time, you know, people don't pay people the way that they should.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we over here just trying to make it in this world, and like back to the number one topic. Here we go when we got The Rock and Oprah out here over here begging for money. Oprah don't know what it's like to be 30 with bills. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or does she? When did she become famous?
Shoot. Well, that's the question.
She was older, wasn't she?
I don't know. But the whole thing is even like, what, she don't know. I don't think Oprah was that old.
When she became famous?
When she became famous.
No, she might have been like late 20s or something. Did that hurt?
I don't know. You always ask me things and I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how does The Rock doesn't know what it's like to like. He can live vicariously through the island people. However, no, like you don't know what that's like.
The struggle. Mm-hmm. I think he was pretty young when he became famous.
He was
because he was WE first. Like, and
then to ask people for money like that to me is like. And then how do you be so out of touch with your own people? Like those are his. Like, that's his family.
I know. I wonder. I wish we could get somebody from Hawaii on here to see how they feel. But I don't think I follow anybody.
I wish. We need to talk to them. I would love to hear what they
have to say about that. Yeah, I know. I was looking at it and I was like, ew. But we'll put some acrylic on it to make it better.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was wondering. Like, that would be like if my cousin was out here talking, like, you know, just kind of using my trauma to get him money. Like, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
Like, because honestly, like, when they do videos like that, it'll be people, like, from the area. Like,
so Jason Momoa literally was like, do not give money on my behalf. Like, that's what he said. He was like, yes. He went on there, and I watched his video yesterday. You know, I love me some Jason Momoa.
I didn't know he was an islander, to be honest.
Yeah.
He just was like a...
You didn't know that Jason Momoa was... That's... Wow.
I know so many people with.
I think he's more
ethnic names that are not.
Dude, I gotta find out. His real name is very interesting. It's very Hawaiian.
That's not his real name. See,
no.
I'm learning so many things.
Of course, most people in Hollywood don't use their real names. Like, I think it's a part of his name. Like, Momoa is his last name, and Jason is like one of his middle names, but he's got like 4 names. Yeah.
Is that standard for?
I'm not sure.
Culture?
Like, but Jason Momoa, I would say he looks more Islander than like The Rock. I think The Rock looks more.
The Rock looks more Samoan than Jason Momoa.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I think it's because...
Didn't you go to Hawaii and see the natives?
Yes, I did. And they look more like Jason Momoa.
What part of town were you on?
I was all over... I was on... I was in Honolulu. That's where Jason Momoa is from.
Speaking of, Hawaiians and whatnot, did you see this movie about... Or it was a documentary on Netflix about a famous football player or something who had a girlfriend online that ended up being a man that he was messaging.
I'm gonna go look it up.
Yes, it was interesting, to say the least. But apparently it was like he got catfished.
Oh yeah.
And when they found out, like it was,
I think I heard about that.
So bad for his career.
I don't understand why that got to anything to do with his career. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because he lied and said she died, and she didn't really die. And it was like this.
What was he gonna do? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was afraid. People do say weird things when they're scared.
But the thing that everybody was like, basically, he knew. And basically, this person who catfished him ruined his football career.
I just don't understand why people give other people like that much power.
I don't understand how you're like this huge name and you let somebody catfish you. That's what I don't understand. I didn't get that.
I mean, that's like victim blaming though. That's messed up. Because you're rich and famous, you shouldn't be a victim.
I don't think he got to that point because she ruined his career.
That's even sadder. You're like, he's a huge name and he got catfished.
I know, that's why I was like, that's pretty sad.
That is sad.
His career is gone because of this person catfished him and pretended like they died because they didn't want to reveal that they were a man.
So whenever I went to Hawaii, it was very interesting because at first I really didn't want to be there. Not for any like negative reason, but mostly I was really missing home. Like I wanted to be home with my family. I'd been away for a really long time. So I really wasn't trying to be in Hawaii. And, but when I talked to the natives there, it was really cool. Like, they were super nice about it. At first they were like, you're so lucky you get to travel and you get to come here because everyone, Hawaii is of course like associated with a paradise. I get it. It's beautiful.
Which I seen the thing where they were not wanting people to come to Hawaii.
They don't want so that's what they loved about me. Cause I was like, first off, I was like, your home is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I really want to be back at my home. And then, I was traveling with other people from Atlanta. Now, let me tell you, when you're traveling, like I said, I worked, I've been to New York, everywhere, because we had labs all across the U.S. So whenever you travel with someone from Atlanta usually beats out Oklahoma. People ain't really that interested in people from Oklahoma. They're like, oh, where are you from? And I tell them I'm from Oklahoma. And they're like, oh, okay. Then, like, the people I was traveling with, they'd be like, oh, I'm from Atlanta. And that was real cool. Like, everyone loves Atlanta. Except in Hawaii. In Hawaii, like, that's the one time that they're like, Oklahoma's cooler than Atlanta. Because they would meet the people from Atlanta. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then they meet me from Oklahoma and they're like, oh, so like you have natives, like you understand what it's like to get have your land taken away. Like, and
very, like they can relate to you. Basically.
Yes. And they're like, Oklahoma, they're like, we want to go to Oklahoma more than we want to go to like LA or New York or anywhere else. And I was like, that's wild to me. They were very interested in the smaller states. And then they're like, what's the coolest thing is they were like, because we're landlocked. They're like, so no one's trying to come over there and steal all your land. That must be nice.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, people did.
People did, yeah. That's what the whole thing's about.
But I think that we might have talked about that last time.
What, that people came and stole Oklahoman's land?
No, Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. That was sad. It's always something. But, I mean, I like the people in Hawaii were very cool. They're very nice. They, I don't know.
So besides work, what did you do? Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me this. I think we did talk about this last time. About the steak. They were like, you got to try the steak. And the steak was not.
The steak was not staking. That made me mad. I don't know. Hawaii was fun. New York was probably not the most fun place that I was at.
Why? Because it was stinky or what?
I worked the whole time. Like, New York was just a lot of validations. It was a lot of lab work. And I would be in the lab all day, every day.
So it wasn't fun because you didn't get to enjoy New
York. Honestly, I didn't even get to really leave the lab. Like, no one wants to work 24/7. But in this economy, all the rich people think that all we're trying to do is work. I feel like nowadays people aren't allowed to, like, enjoy life.
Life, yeah.
Because we can't.
We can't afford it. We can't afford life.
Like,
we can't afford eggs.
No. And we're in Oklahoma, you know? Like,
that should say something. I wonder how much eggs are in, like, New York.
I never bought them. Yeah.
No, I mean now.
We should, like, that's a question. If anyone is watching right now, please let us know how much is a carton of eggs? How much is a carton of eggs? How much is a gallon of milk? How much is, you know, a little bit of chicken? Like, I'm interested.
Yeah, different.
How much is your gas? Because Oklahoma has, your thing is on there. Oklahoma has pretty cheap gas. How much is y'all's gas?
You think our gas is cheap?
I think it's cheaper than a lot of other places. I went to Chicago, and their gas was like $6-7 a gallon last year, and I almost like passed out.
And that was last year. I wonder how much it is now.
I almost passed out. Yeah, so please let me know, because Oklahoma does have pretty good gas prices.
Because all of the oil that's been stolen from natives.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have you been keeping up with you probably don't, but what Ratchet TV do you watch? Because you watch Ratchet TV, right?
I do, but like my Ratchet TV is like, I don't
reruns or?
No, it's
what do you watch? Tell me.
I don't want to tell you, it's shameful.
Mine is shameful too.
What is yours? What's shameful?
My sister got me watching Zeus Network.
What is this?
Oh my god. You don't watch any of the shows on Zeus Network?
I'm about to go. I need to.
So ratchet.
I've been watching the crazy stuff with like 90 Day Fiance and like whenever people like
that is not Ratchet TV. I feel like
that is the most trashiest because
Ratchet TV is like when there's a fight every single scene.
So it's not even so much about fighting; it's about the unmitigated gall that a lot of these people go over to somebody else's culture and then tell them how to live.
That's true. I watched a little bit because snippets, for some reason, it was like on my TikTok feed forever. And I'm like, I don't even watch this show. Why does it keep popping up? And it's
one of the shows that I watched. It was so cool. I mean, it wasn't cool. It was actually kind of interesting to me because how people think that Americans are. But I think everyone thinks that an American is like a Kardashian. We are not.
And they come down here, it's like, newsflash.
I know. And then this girl was on there and she was like, why?
So do the men basically trick these women into thinking they're more than what they are?
Not even that. He paid for like her house. He paid for all this stuff. Uh-huh. And then she was like, you got money, you're from America. And he was like, no, like you seem like I've been poor. Like I've been homeless. I've been this. And she was like, that's not real.
Homelessness is not real?
Yes, like people don't really think that people in America
get homeless,
but we are. We're struggling.
Yes, like just go down to any downtown.
This is the ghetto right now. This is not a good.
Yeah, we're trillions of dollars in debt. Like, why
And
do
that's
people
just the
not
government.
believe that we're struggling? If our government's struggling, what do you think we're doing?
And then here we are just happily giving all our money away.
To other people who don't need it.
Oh, it's a struggle. It really is. I like this shimmer.
It's the blush. I love this cover. The Young Girls. But, okay, so, I don't know why, but I've been keeping up with this Chrisean Blueface drama.
Tell it to me, because I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. It's so, like, it's so sad, but it's so entertaining at the same time. So, she just had her baby.
Uh-huh.
And so you don't know anything about it. You've not seen anything.
Did she just have her baby on live?
Yeah, and she's missing the tooth. Yes. So I watched their show, and it's entertaining, but it's hard to watch, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, oh, this is
agree.
sad.
It makes me frustrated because, like, I tell my kids all the time, one of my things is I talk about the comedy of errors. Like, whenever you make one mistake and then you make another mistake to cover that mistake and then you make another mistake. And then in the end, you're like, how did my life get here?
Yes.
And you're like, just get off the path that you're in. That's how I feel about a lot of people, like, in general. I'm like, don't.
Because you can tell, like, on the episode, he kept her, like, drinking alcohol in order for her to be entertainment. And then, like, if you ever meet a narcissist, this guy is a narcissist.
Yeah.
He literally, oh no, the reason she doesn't have a tooth is because of him. If that's not reason enough to leave somebody,
thank you.
I don't know what is. But the little boy's so cute, but guess what she named her son?
What?
Chrisean. She named her son after her. His name is Chrisean Jr.
Honestly, I'm not really mad at it.
I've never seen that done. Have you?
I think it's kind of cool. Like, I'm over here like...
And I'm like, honestly, maybe she's the narcissist. Because she...
I see a lot of people done. I can't say, because you told me not to say names, but I know a lot of women that name their daughters, like, verbatim.
After them. I do too. Like that 𝕬𝖐𝑘𝖘, do you know the 𝕬𝖐𝑘𝖘, the singer?
Mm-mm.
Her mom named her after her. Her mom's name is 𝕬𝖐𝑘𝖘.
See, I
think that's weird.
I think, like...
You don't think that's strange? I mean, I guess that's being sexist, is it not? Because men name their...
Girl, let's not talk about it.
But I don't know. I just don't want two of me, I guess. Maybe it's selfish on my part.
I think it's almost empowering. Like, a man honestly thinks like, oh.
And I feel like that's what she was empowered when she did that, because she didn't invite him to the thing, I think.
Yeah. And then to do it for her son, like, that's even more empowering. You know how, I mean, women can name their daughters after them, but to name your son after you, I think that's very empowering. Like, listen. Yeah.
But this dude is a crash dummy. But I feel like she is too. She's like one of those young people who got famous and just, you could tell she didn't have any direction in her life prior.
Yeah, that happens.
I seen him tweet something about, he said, my son isn't going to be getting molested like you and half of your family.
Why would he say that?
Something is wrong with this new generation, I'm telling you. I'm like, why would you go online and say this about somebody who just had your child?
I know. Why would you say that in general?
Yeah.
Like,
and now he's back with his first baby mama, so he's like been posting her and said, I should have been with her all along. She's only got one body. Yeah. It's just...
we don't shame women.
It's a show. It's definitely a show. Mm-hmm. And I just like, I don't know. And then the mom hates the new girl, the Chrisean. It's just weird.
Why does the mom hate her?
Because she beat her up.
Oh gosh, never mind.
Yeah. So, but still, look at the son you created is what I'm thinking. Your son is what's causing all of this. Like, if my son acted like that, I would embarrass him so bad on national television.
That makes me mad though, because while they're like, it is a show, but it's a show about.
I felt like it was a show to humiliate her, basically. That's
and
what he did.
And to like be like, you want to know the crazy? Like, this is the crazy side. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we already get such a bad rap.
As women, or what do you mean?
As Black people.
Oh yeah.
And then here we are.
And then here we go
into the narrative.
Because I think, is Zeus not a Black network? It is, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
And that makes it even more sad. I feel like the Black network promoting this terrible toxic relationship.
watch that.
I will say I am one of those people.
Like, I'm watching
it.
I'm watching it. I mean, it's like
terrible?
a car crash. How do you not?
Right. It's literally like the whole thing is like a car crash. It literally is. And it's just, I don't know, some of the episodes just make me feel so uncomfortable. Like, I know they're uncomfortable.
That's probably why she drinks.
Yeah. And then, like, she was, I guess, like, that rapper, 𝕮𝖆𝖊𝖆, she, like, invited her to her show or something like that. And she literally, like, was FaceTiming her on live or something. And she was rolling up while she was pregnant.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I'm like, it's literally like a car ride.
But see, that's what makes it, like, I try really hard to mind my business because all this stuff, you know, just going around, even in Tulsa, you know, every other day we got someone else getting shot, someone else getting, it's just, it's crazy.
People going crazy, going to libraries and shooting people.
For what reason, too? Like,
it's probably because of the heat, to be honest.
I know, right. I do know, I have my friend is related to him. A girl I used to work with, can't name names.
The guy that went
shot.
crazy? So did he go crazy or was it the heat? What was it?
I mean, I don't know. I asked her the same thing. She said she doesn't know. That's her cousin.
What is that? That's not a good answer for me.
I know. You're like, listen, we need to go into the next family reunion and talk about it.
I'm always like that. Like, from watching Forensic Files with my mom, I'm like, what? I need to know why he murdered this person.
Because I need to understand, like, how can I avoid, the best way to avoid that kind of stuff is just don't be around anybody. Your kids, your husband, your aunties, your brother, everybody. Everyone is a suspect. But then if you walk around and you're like, oh, everybody could be a killer at any time, at least then you'll never be shocked.
Yeah, that's true. You'll never be like, everybody here is a suspect.
Like that guy that just did that horrible thing in Texas, you know, with the kids, where he did all that stuff.
What?
Dude, I mean, it happened like last year, you know.
The what?
The school.
The grade? Oh, the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
and that's another thing. I'm so tired of this. I've gotten like who? I don't know who keeps threatening to blow up the. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
I know.
To do this to schools, but I'm over it.
Let's just have a conversation. Like, if y'all are upset with that person, that librarian or governor, go talk to them, because that really ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. We're just out here trying to pay bills and live life. Please. Right. Because you know how hard it is for us to have to go and pick up our kids every 3 minutes at school.
Literally, they go for 10 seconds.
And then, like, come on now. Like, if y'all mad at somebody, y'all go take it up with the person you're actually mad at. This really ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. We ain't really trying to do nothing.
We're just trying to, like, make it.
We're literally just trying to make oxygen into carbon dioxide. You know, we're just trying to live. And I'm over here trying to do what's best for the planet. I'm over here planting my little garden. I'm trying, okay? If you're mad at anybody, go and handle them. Because I agree with you.
No, don't say that. I feel like...
No, that's what those I think that's whenever those people go on, like those TikTok videos, and they're like, no, you. She didn't mean you.
Yeah.
You got too much anger. Do not go and deal with it. Honestly, so I believe in journaling. I actually just got my daughter a journal, and it's one of those journals that you tell your, like, it has prompts, because it's hard for me to journal.
My mom bought me one of those.
Those to me are the best kind of journals, because I can't just, whenever I'm like, okay, I'm going to start journaling about my day and my feelings, I'll start like in the morning, I'll be like,
Too many feelings?
No. Oh. I just don't know what to write. I'm like, okay, so I just woke up. How do I feel right now? I got to pee. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know if they mean to be that literal.
No, I don't think they do.
But
I don't think your journal is about using the restroom at all.
And I tell everything. I don't know what to. That's my biggest problem.
I mean, but is that therapeutic for you to tell everything when you journal?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So then my next thing is like, I thought about, like, you know.
They have journals that tell you what to write.
Yes, that's why I need the prompts.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I just have, like, a blank sheet, I'm like, okay, I tried to write a book. You know what stops me from writing a book every time? I just told this to my sister.
What?
I don't know what to name these people in my book. Because I'll try and name
something similar to what their real name is.
So, yeah, except I don't know it. I'm trying to make it like a random, like a wild story. And I don't know. I was like, how did the guy that was like, yeah, I'm going to name this person Peter Pan.
So you want to name people like Peter Pan?
No, I'm like, no, my question is, did the guy that wrote Peter Pan, did he know somebody named Peter? You know what I'm saying?
I doubt it.
The next one. How did Tolkien come up with Frodo Baggins? Like, did he just throw some letters out there and just hope for the best? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally
maybe it's an abbreviation for something else, or maybe that was his dog's name, and he was like an ugly dog, and they named him Frodo.
I got so many questions. Like, whenever people like name Don Quixote, like Don, did you know someone named Don? Like, this is what I'm. And then I overthink it. Like, I'll be like,
that was his real name, though. That was a real person, right?
I don't know.
I think I remember
ask that other question too. But I have so many questions, and like, how do you come up with names?
What other questions? Somebody said that?
I've asked a lot of questions today. This one's all funky. Fix it.
This I am. Listen, let me do my job, and you do yours with the talking.
With the I need some interaction. What do these people feel? What do y'all think? Okay, this is a door policy. Y'all gotta participate. Jeez.
I don't think that's how you get people to participate.
Oh, okay. Just demanding it.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I couldn't be like a television show person.
You'd be like, what's his name? Dr. Phil?
What is that thing?
I'm thinking it's the trash people.
Oh, okay.
They're finally coming.
No, I think I would be like more like a Jerry Springer. Like, I'd run out into the audience and start talking to random people. No, he didn't really do that.
He didn't.
He had people that was running out in the audience. Jerry he kept me going. He was an interesting guy.
This show, how long did this show air for? I feel like
I'm not sure.
A long time. He had a good run, didn't he?
He did. My man Bob Barker, he did the same thing. This is that weird thing that just like you have to keep on touching the button.
It's because I keep touching it, but it goes off. I don't think this is really good placement on, the manufacturers.
I was hoping it was like a storm. A nice thunderstorm would do.
I love a nice thunderstorm.
I would go to sleep.
Didn't it rain last night?
I know, I think so.
Or was it the night before?
I don't know. I did wake up and my car was covered in like either dew or something.
Probably more on your side of town than anybody.
Yeah, town. It's wild.
I think if anybody goes in, tell me. Like, if it says they want to join.
I don't know. How would you know?
I don't know. I think it'd be on my phone now. We don't get much interaction, I think, because our time, maybe.
Our time, because we go so long?
No, because of the time of day, yeah.
I don't
understand that work.
So what do you do with it? You just go and you upload it on other things?
YouTube. That's why I'm going to upload all of them on YouTube. Our last gossip mail got the most views I've ever had on YouTube.
Oh, well, let's just keep it.
And it's like an hour long. I'm like, dang.
They're like, what else are they going to say? That's because I think that we also need to work on our filters. Because we say some wild stuff. I think on the last one we were talking, we're like, we're about to get cut off at any second.
Did we?
Yes. And you kept on saying, we're on live. And I was like, oh, crap. That's right.
Yeah. We're going to get canceled at some point.
100% we're definitely going to get canceled.
Me either, because I was just about to say something about, you know, the school stuff. I was like, ooh.
I know.
I shouldn't say that.
I just don't understand why people gotta involve kids in
Nonsense.
politics, you know, like that. Like what they got to do? They're literally just trying. They don't even want to go to school. Okay,
Yeah, most of the time they don't want to go to school. They don't enjoy it either.
They're like, why do I got to be brought into this mess? I don't know Joe Biden. I don't know Donald Trump. All I know is that they're old. I mean, not me. I do know Joe Biden. I mean, I don't know them personally. I feel like you already know my take on rich people. I can't say it on live, but
on who people?
On rich people.
Oh. You can say it on live, can you?
I can say that I think that all like million and billionaires are child.
Oh, pedophiles?
Yeah. Are you allowed to say that on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I think they sell them and stuff. They got to make money somehow. I don't trust.
Did you ever see like the thing where they were saying Wayfair? And I love Wayfair. They were saying they were selling kids on there.
Yes.
That's insane to me.
I definitely think that makes sense.
Well, then all the kids that are missing in certain areas of the state is it's concerning, and then they never put it in the news.
Yes.
But I did see this thing where it says people with melanin, they're like trying to steal their melanin. So like they get their organs and stuff. And
so I saw that too. I thought it wasn't just melanin. I thought it was like
organs.
Everybody, like in all kids.
Well, then you get more money for people that are melanin. Is what you said.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You don't want these organs. Like I don't know what to tell y'all, but I have been.
Are you an organ donor?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it on live.
I mean, I feel like you should know that though.
I have to go and check. Honestly,
it's on your ID.
I know.
You don't know if you opted in or out. That's
really
important. That is very important. If you die, if you give your organs away, I feel like you should know that.
I don't know. I feel like when I was young, I might have said yes, but when the older I get, the more like
I said no.
I know. I think I might have said
because
no.
Here's my take on it. You're not going to take my organs and not pay my family for them.
Yeah.
Because you're going to make somebody else pay for it.
𝕮𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not getting my organs. Sorry about it. I want them in the ground with me.
That's not how it works out either, but...
Yeah, I know. They embalmed you. But you know what
I mean. I feel it.
But I still feel like even if you put no on there,
they're still going to do what they want to do. Yeah.
So I'm going to make it in my will that people check to make sure they're not in anybody else.
I would...
Something.
I don't think people are going to really want mine like that, because I've been eating a lot of cake. It's probably going to be pretty fatty. That's what I'm saying. I think it's more like the people that work out, the people that they're like, okay. Like people like me who
I feel like if you're a match and you can save somebody's life, they're gonna take it regardless of.
They're only gonna live like another 3 months.
No, think about it. If you put it in a healthy person, or if they do whatever they do, then they should be able.
A fatty liver. I mean, I don't have a fatty liver, and then thank God. But a fatty liver in anybody is going to kill some.
You think so?
Yeah, because even if you work out, like your liver and your organs, like once you damage them too bad, you can't just like.
You don't think once they take them out, they can revive them?
No.
No, they're cloning people.
They're doing some wild stuff. I mean, I guess it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure at one point in time, like, the world can get crazy enough where they can do anything, but I don't think that they're there yet in science.
I think they are. We just don't know it.
Probably. I also don't know that, I think I might have said this last time, I don't know if scientists know when to stop. Like, when too much is too much. Like, this whole thing, when they're, like, down in Mexico trying to open up the gates of hell. Like, I don't think that's ever...
in Mexico or Germany?
I think it was in... I mean, it could be in both. Who knows?
You're not CERN, right? I went in depth on their website one day because I was so concerned. Because that's what they were saying, like, when they opened it, they basically made stuff... You know when they were saying, like, the Bernstein bears were different and all of that? Mm-hmm. They were saying, basically, CERN's project with their big, whatever the thing is called, changed the dimension or whatever. Like, it altered time.
I just think that, like, in general, like, I think it's kind of wild. Like, the one I'm thinking about is that the portal to hell, like, that's in Mexico, like, under the Mexican church.
Oh, you said that the other
day. When
do
you, like, think, like, you know what? This really ain't got nothing to do with me. Let me go on. Like,
but if you think about it, you said all the rich people, right? This is your theory.
Yeah.
All of the rich people are pedophiles, right?
Yep.
Who do you think pedophiles worship?
That's true. That is true.
So why wouldn't they want to open the portal to hell?
They're like, this is our homie. You know, he about to give us even more money.
That's kind of scary thinking about it.
I mean, I just, you know, like in those movies when you're like, you're doing too much, you don't, and then they always end up dying too in the movie.
Yeah, because they did too much.
Because they do too much. And then like all the like regular people are like, yep, saw that happening.
We saw that coming.
Like they gonna take some of us with them too. Like,
that's how I'm like, I'm really disappointed in the aliens. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if you are one, like I'm okay, like I'm not judging. I would like to get to know one.
I would like them to give us some type of technology to make this world, you know, better.
I don't think that that's possible.
So we're not eating poison. And I think they could.
I don't even think it's like the fact that I just don't think. I mean, people are like corrupt people still gonna be corrupt people, and they're still gonna like, you know.
I just don't think those people should be in power, you know.
Yeah,
that would make things a little bit different.
Like they're rich,
I know.
And then they're all homies together. They all like just chill
and worship Satan, I guess.
They're doing something wild. I'm gonna say, like, there's probably even like a lot of Satan worshippers that are like telling, like, on here right now. They're like, don't put them with us. We ain't messing with them.
We worship Satan. We're not pedophiles.
They're like, we ain't never. Let me tell you what I ain't never done. I ain't never. Like, they don't want to claim them. Oh. So anyways, did I finish telling you the story about my Dollar General run? Okay, so I told you last night. I've been telling you I've been feeling kind of congested and stuff like that. So I went up to Dollar General. I got some cough medicine. I go home. I take the cough medicine exactly the way it tells me to take it. You know, I didn't like take too much. Didn't take too little. I took exactly what they told me to take. As soon as I took it, my whole body felt real tingly, and I felt like my head, like, I don't even know what happened. So then I went to and then my stomach started hurting so bad.
Was it 𝕮𝖗𝑃?
No, it was like the Dollar General brand of cough syrup.
Of what type though?
It was like
Robitussin, 𝕮𝑃? Because you know they copy.
Like, it's NyQuil.
Okay.
So then I went over, and then I went to like my bedroom, the master, and I was like laying in my bed, and then I was like, oh gosh, I feel real bad.
Yeah.
Then I started violently throwing up as soon as I took it, and as soon as I expelled it out of my body, I was fine. But
I have to fix my mask just in case. You should have told me that prior.
Oh, my bad. Oh, no, not that. I'm telling you, I'm pretty... Because then I felt...
You think it was the medicine, not
I 1000% knew it was the medicine, because as soon as I took the medicine, and as soon as I violently threw it all up, I was fine.
Did you check the expiration date?
Everything was fine on it. I threw it away.
Why?
Then I went online, because, I did my Google
and you're dying.
Research. And the Google, like... So Dollar General and like all the dollar stores have had recalls before on that same kind of medicine, like cough medicine. You should have
kept that medicine because they always have lawsuits.
I know. I mean, I still do have the medicine, and I still have the
receipt.
The receipt.
You should keep all of that and reach out to them and be like, "Hey, I almost died from this. Give me some money."
So bad.
There's been a recall on Doll too. The fruit cups.
Really?
Not because anything's wrong with them, but because they are saying that they're all natural and it's all fruit juice and they have citric acid in it.
Oh, okay.
That's all. So you don't have to worry about, dying from it.
Don't die from it, but get some money from it.
Yeah. And you don't need a receipt, so.
Yeah, like that stuff made me mad about like the whole root beer thing. because Root Beer was saying something and there's a huge lawsuit against them. But how do you prove that you bought Root Beer within this random amount of time? Like, who keeps a receipt like that?
Most people shop online, though. That's how I was able to find that I did indeed buy dogs. But I didn't sign up for the lawsuit.
Oh, well.
I think you have until September 25th. But I will say that my information was sold on the dark web, and I did get compensation for that.
How?
Because I used the same password.
Damn.
But in my defense, I used them like I spread them out. But once they got one, they kind of got them all, you know?
They got everything.
Yeah. Like this, with the AT&T thing, that wasn't my first time getting scammed.
Damn!
I had to like put my information on LifeLock at one point because of my information being sold on the dark web.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. It's just I just would use the same password. And then, you know, people would be able to get into a lot of my accounts because I used the same password.
But that's what makes me mad too, is like, my brain doesn't work for the normal stuff. I can't remember multiple.
Me either, and that's why I use the same passwords over and over again. But I don't do that anymore. I just reset my password every single time if I forget it. Because I'm going to forget it every time. I just reset it.
This fear unlocked. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. My social security is on the dark web.
Oh.
How? I don't know. But they're going to be pissed off if they try to use it. I mean,
that's what I said.
No benefit for them.
This ain't going to help not a damn soul if they get mine.
They're going to be pissed.
They're going to be like, damn, this girl lives a hard life.
Yeah, she owes so much to so many people.
This is so sad.
And I've thought about going on the dark web to get my student loans removed.
You can do that?
I don't know. But the dark web is a dark place. So I'm thinking if I can get in touch with the right hacker, they can go on that page.
Except now this is all on live.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds, though, that the government would look at this live? You know?
That's true. I don't know. They're always trying to get into some mess that they ain't got no business being in. I always wonder, like, people in the government, like, what do y'all do? Like, are y'all working?
No, they're shutting the government down when they can't get their way. That's what they do.
That does happen. How long have we been on live now? Oh, I could take a nap.
No, we're almost finished. I mean, I guess you could just put your hands here.
I know, except then we'll be on live.
While you're snoring.
Let
like,
me tell you,
snoring?
We could, if we're not talking on live, I feel like I could talk forever. Trying to come up with topics while we're on live, that is the hardest.
Just pretend like you're not on live.
But I keep on looking over here. I am. I'm done looking over here.
Yeah.
But then I'm watching what I say too, because, you know.
I know. That's
I'll
the hardest
drop.
part is we have to filter ourselves. It's infuriating, you know. We can't cuss and swear.
I can't drop names because I got so much stuff to tell you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we can discontinue. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in in maybe 2 weeks. We'll see.
We're like, wait, hold on. The good stuff's coming up.
It is. The juicy stuff's about to take place. So sorry. Maybe once we get a huge following,